Okay, so this is gonna blow your mind. If you are struggling with manifestation, if you're struggling with like literally calling in anything that you fucking want and desire in your life, this is going to blow your mind. And I'm not just saying that. This is literally coming to me. I'm so fucking excited to share this with you. And if you do scroll from this, know that you are going to be missing out massively. Okay, this is not regurgitated bullshit. This is not AI nonsense. This is not something that has ever been spoken about, because I have not come across this. And I know for a fact, when I receive downloads, there are specific codes that come through that I know is not being shown the way that I am expressing this. So listen the fuck up. First of all, there are only six in the entire universe questions that we identify ourselves with through how to teach, learn, and understand manifestation, okay? 6. That's a very small number. Now, only some of these questions are used by you and your logical mind to manifest with the universe. There are some questions that are to be left to the universe. Now, if you get this, you know that you've been focusing on the wrong fucking question. You've been focusing on the wrong fucking question. You've been focusing on the wrong fucking question. Okay, so let's start with the 6 questions. They are what, who, what, where, when, why, and how. I had to write that down because otherwise I'm going to be like, I'll say the same thing a couple of times. So those are the 6 fundamental questions, right? They're the only questions that exist in the English vocabulary that we can start a question with, okay? Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Now I'm going to break down each question and how you're going to co-create with the universe, because this is literally manifestation. And if you get the right questions that you're supposed to be using, and the co-creation part is where the universe comes in, and those specific questions are to be left in pure surrender, trust, and faith to the universe to carry out. It's when you go into the universe's energy and start asking those questions that everything starts to go to flop, to poop, okay? So there are 4 questions that you need to be asking yourself and to be getting really, really crystal clear clarity on to manifest the thing that you're trying to call in. This is literally the work that I do inside of Intuitive Creator. Those of you who are not on my waitlist, I don't know why, the link is at the top of my profile, come join. And there are 3 questions that are left to the universe. Now, one of these questions is actually shared in different ways, and I'm going to break that down towards the end of this video, so keep watching. So the first question that you want to be asking when it comes to your manifestation, when it comes to the thing that you're calling in, is the what. What do you desire? What is your vision? If you don't know the answer to this, this is where you want to be starting off, okay? The amount of clients and people that I've worked with who don't have crystal clear clarity is like mind-blowing to me, because I have always been very, very crystal clear, which is why I manifest my soulmate, my cars, my home, like whatever the thing that I want, scholarships, like you name it, and I desire it, I will get it, because I know how to work with the universe and the energies, okay? And this is why I get given downloads like this to bloody explain to you guys as well, because I work with the universe on a constant basis. The universe then pours into me everything that you also need to know. So get clear on your what is your vision and what is your desire. If you don't know what that is, like super crystal clear, you're going to be struggling a bit. Second most important question is your why. And I talk about this all the time on my YouTube channel as well. Why is this vision and this desire important to you? Is it coming from your soul or is it coming from your ego? This is a very, very important frequency-based question to really nail and ask yourself. And until you discover that, okay, ego, and then it comes to the soul desire, that's when it will manifest. Because a lot of you, and I know this because I've done it myself, I have been there where you are calling in desires that are ego-based, which doesn't work with the frequency of the universe. You need to call in desires that are soul frequency desires, okay? This is a very different frequency because you will feel that energetic charge. You cannot force that energetic charge or that emotional charge. Got a bit hot there, so I had to strip a little bit. Okay, so why is very, very important. You need to know your why behind the vision and the mission. And if it goes into ego, even like 1% into ego, you need to bring it back into soul aligned. And until you hit that soul aligned why, your manifestation is going to be a bit tricky to call in. Next most important fundamental question. I think a lot of manifestation teachers start with this, but it's really important to get all 4 questions because that's where your manifestation frequency tunes in with all of the right questions, okay? And this is the who. Who do you need to then become on an energetic, emotional, mental level so that your frequency, the energetic codes that you operate from, shifts to manifest and call in what you desire. So who is that version of you that is calling in that reality? Can you embody that right now once you get the who? If you don't have the who, this is the work that you want to be going deeper and deeper and asking the same questions over and over again until you receive the insights for that. And who are you choosing to show up as each day? Are you showing up as the identity that doesn't have the thing, or are you choosing to show up in the identity that does have the thing? Go to the next part for the rest of this video. Okay, so we've clarified that you have 4 questions that you need to be working with to co-create with the universe. If you're not asking any of these 4 questions, or you're working on the universe's questions, because there are 3 questions that the universe has to answer for you, and if you're trying to take control of that, that's why your manifestations are being blocked. Okay, so this is literally part 2. Go and check part 1 so that you get the other first 3 questions that are really, really important before coming back to this video. Otherwise you're going to get half of it and you're not going to understand, and then misinformation starts spreading, and we know the rest. So the final question for you specifically is how, and this is a very internal how, because when you ask how is it going to happen from an external perspective, on a 3D perspective, it blocks you. That's the universe's job. And we're going to go into the universe's questions in just a second. And I told you, we share some of these questions with the universe. This is co-creating. But the first question that you want to be asking is how from an inner state. So when I say not from the external, from within, how are you showing up energetically, emotionally, mentally, physically, with actions, with behaviors, your identity? How are you presenting yourself to the universe? How are you operating on an energetic frequency? One of the most important questions you can ask when it comes to manifesting the dream state, the dream reality, whatever the thing that you want. Okay. And another way that you can ask this as well from the internal is how are you aligning your current vibration to the vibration that you're trying to receive. Okay, so that is literally the best questions that you can ask. And then there are 3 other questions that we're now going to dive into, which is actually the universe's job, not yours. So if you are asking any of these 3 questions that I'm going to go into now, you now know that you need to stop that. That is your place of surrender. So this is the place that a lot of people get stuck in. This is that gap. And this is literally what we do inside of Mindfully Rich. All of these containers that I create, the link is at the top of my profile, is designed to get you from stuck to unstuck. See, I'm already in the unstuck zone because that's my zone of genius. Okay, so if you want to get unstuck, come join that. Okay, so moving on to the questions for the universe to handle, because it is the orchestrator. You are a co-creator. So your job is the first 4 questions. The universe's job is the how on the external. Okay, this is what I said in the beginning in part 1, where we share some of these questions, but in different angles. Okay, so angle 1 of the how is you work with the inner. How can I align my frequency? How can I align my energy? How can I align my identity? The universe's job is this, how it will unfold and how it will get delivered to you. That is the universe's job. So if you're sitting there and you're like, how shall I create this 10K month? How shall I create this 100K month? No, that is not your job. Your job is simply to go, how would I show up? How would I feel? How would I think? You play in imagination. That's the inner work, okay? But when you ask how in the external, how is it going to show to me? How is it? You're going into ego. That's what blocks it. And also you're showing the universe that you're the controller, and you block the universe from doing its job of presenting the how to you, which is way more fun when you manifest things that way, right? And again, the universe has infinite pathways. So whereas you might be going, oh, I can only see it through this business model, and this coach told me this way, so that's the only way, and that's the way that I want to do it. The universe has like multiple frequency pathways, different channels, different thoughts, different unbelievable, unimaginable ways that it can come to you. So if you sit there thinking, oh, I'm just going to create my way of how it's coming to me, you are playing so small in this infinite field. Okay, so do not ask the how on an external. That is not your job. That's law of divine timing. That's the universe's role. That's the question for the universe. Okay, moving us very nicely onto the next part, which so many people ask, so many people come to this all the time. When is it going to happen? When are the clients coming in? When is the money coming in? It's like, oh, hush, that's the universe's job. When will align when you are ready on a soul level and a vibration level, on a frequency level. That's why it's really important to work on the 4 questions that I gave you in the beginning. And this, when you leave it to the divine, it naturally speeds up your results. When you are trying to control this question of when, you are slowing your fucking manifestations down. I cannot even tell you. So do not do that. And the final question that you do not want to be touching at all. This is literally when I manifested my soulmate. These 3 questions were completely left and surrendered to the universe. I promise you, I am not going to feed you anything that you cannot take and actually manifest from the way that I've embodied, okay? When I manifested my soulmate, I did not ask the question, where? The universe will align that. That's the universe's job to show me the where. I'm just going to follow, and I'm going to do my first 4 questions. So if you are stuck, go through this process. Let the universe do those 3 questions. If you keep asking, now you're going to notice it in your awareness and go, oh, wait, that's the universe's question. Here you go, universe. Drop it to the universe. Okay? Every time that you catch yourself in any of the external how, when, and wheres, drop it to the universe and be like, it is done. I'm going to go back to doing my fucking job, which are the first 4 questions in part 1.